You know, look, this has been a major part of the national conversation. Some of this has to do with the fact that President Muhammadu Buhari by nature is not somebody who is going to be walking through markets, kissing babies and shaking hands. That's not the nature of the public servant that he is. He's not a quote-unquote rock star politician in that sense of the modern term of framing a rock star politician. What he is a sincere, hardworking, and committed public servant. That maybe for some people he's not charismatic enough, but for others they're concerned about the fact that he has personal integrity that allows him to get things done, like the Petroleum Industry Act that was not done because of the collusion that we had seen between international oil companies and corrupt politicians over the last 2 decades. They're concerned about the fact of, okay, the resources that we have, as limited as they are now, are they going to actual infrastructural expansion that you can see and touch? Or is it just audio projects, propaganda? I think anybody in 2016, when we said we were doing Lagos Ibadan rail line, people say, propaganda. Which government has done rail line start and complete in the history of this country? Which one? Nobody had until President Muhammadu Buhari did it. So I think this is where I think a lot of progress can be made. But on the question of unity, because that's what you asked about, I think that some of this has to do with the fact that you have a president who comes from the north, right, who people have tried as much as possible to paint with an ethnic brush. You've heard the claims that under his administration that more northerners have been appointed to office in the federal government, for example, under his watch, than any other part of the country. And people believe that. But when we did the compilation, the entire composition of government, all his appointments from the time he started office to date, we found that 55% of the appointments in his administration had gone to southern Nigeria, with a predominant bulk to the southwest. That's the irony of the whole thing. And another thing, my sister, on this question too, is there's been an attempt, if you've been watching carefully, to kind of create an ethnic blackmail on developmental projects. So let me give you an example. When we decided to do the $2.8 billion AKK Ajaokuta Kaduna Kano gas pipeline, another infrastructure which I had not mentioned until now, a major investment that's going to allow us to eventually export Nigerian gas into the international market through the Sahara into Europe. When that project was done, they said, the president wants to send Niger Delta gas to the north, right? When we said we were going to do Kano Maradi rail line, they said, ethnic agenda, ethnic agenda. When we did Second Niger Bridge, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Lagos Ibadan rail line, new international airport in Port Harcourt, Second Niger Bridge, and all these other projects, nobody is saying ethnic agenda. My point is that whatever this president does, whether it's in the interest of the nation or not, they tend to paint everything he does with an ethnic brush. But when he does something for a part of the country that he is not from, everybody keeps quiet. And I find that suspicious. So is it about the president, or is it about how the president is being painted on the cohesion and national unity question? I think that's something we should be asking ourselves.